Yo, what's up, everybody? I'm E Rounds, and I'm the host of a new podcast called Sneaker Sanctuary, where I'm figuring life out. Yo, what's up, man? Welcome back to Sneaker Sanctuary, where I'm figuring life out, episode 17, and I'm your host, E Rounds. I've said this several times before, but we love having women on the podcast, man. Women are goated, especially with everything they're doing in streetwear and fashion. So it was only right for us to have another dope woman on the podcast. This young lady is a college graduate. She's in a sorority. She has her own brand. She's in the streetwear. She's into sneakers. Am I missing anything like this?
No, just keep going. Please make stuff up.
She's the president. Like, she's everything, man. So it was only right for me to have her on the podcast, man. But without further ado, welcome to the podcast. Imani, how you doing today?
Good. Thanks for having me, E. I'm excited to be here.
Yeah, likewise. This was super easy, but let's get right into it. So today I decided to go with Joe Freshgood New Balance 990s. I'm going to get your input here in a second, but I think this is going to be my summer shoe. Not this shoe specifically, but I feel like New Balance in general. Like, I love New Balance. Like, the colorways go crazy, the 990s, the 550s. So I love this colorway and with everything Joe Freshgood is doing at New Balance. So two-part question. Do you mess with New Balance, and what are your thoughts about like New Balances in general? And do you own any pair of New Balances?
Okay. So I do mess with New Balance. I went to college in DC, so there's a big New Balance culture there. And so I don't own any pairs of New Balance, but I definitely went to a Joe Fresh event where he spoke and his team spoke, and I just saw like all the stuff he was doing and the shoes he just released, the 550s. He's doing pastels. Like, he's doing it for the girls, honey.
No, for real. Joe is hard, for real.
For real. And even like the varsity jackets that he's doing and stuff like that. I'm definitely want to cop a pair. The pair he just dropped, it was like a bunch of different pastels, like pink, seafoam. Yeah, hard. Those are hard. Those are hard. You know, Joe, if you see this, honey,
baby, get at us, bro, for real.
Get at us.
Straight up, real talk. All right, so first thing first, tell the people what's on your feet.
What's on the feet? I got the cool Kais on. You know, I love independent brands. I love people who are taking sneaker culture and like putting it into their own hands. I think Cool Kai represents that. And also I like you just don't see it everywhere. It's kind of like, if you know, you know.
Nah, that's facts. And I'm so glad you wore those because like, first, for one, you're the first person on the show to wear those. And like, in general, like you said, you know, like, if I'm keeping it the buck, you know, he was catching a lot of heat at first. Like, bro, that's a rep of the one. But it's like, bro, first of all, as black people, why are we hating on each other? That's number one. And for number two, like, bro, let that man eat. And all the colorways go crazy. Me personally, I don't own any yet, but I mean, I do mess with everything he's doing. But like, I'm so glad you wore those joints. So like you said, man, he's a GOAT. He's definitely doing what he needs to do in the sneaker culture, sneaker world. Keep doing what you're doing.
Yeah, he came with some like corduroy colorways. So I was deciding between these and then my Sean Witherspoons.
Oh, I saw that. I saw that on the store. Hey, those are hard too.
I love those shoes. I love those shoes. So the fact that he's doing things with corduroys and different colorways, he's speaking to my heart. No,
facts, for real. All right, so like, how did you get into sneakers, man? I love asking this question, especially when it comes to women, man. Like, how did you get into sneakers?
Well, I got into like sneakers late. Like, I'm a baby sneakerhead. I'm probably like a toddler sneakerhead at this point. Okay. I really didn't get into it until college. Like, in my youth, like, I don't know. My mom wasn't really into sneaker cultures or buying me Jordans, honey. We was into Tory Burch and Louis Vuitton. We wasn't doing all that. So definitely, like, in college, I started working at like Urban Outfitters, and across the street from the Urban that I worked at was a sneaker store. It was called Ubik. I think it's like Atmos now.
Is that here? No, you said
in DC.
Okay,
in
gotcha.
And so they would always have these events surrounding the sneakers, whether it be like a release, and there would always be like a line outside the store, and I'm like, people
what's
out here,
like, like
what's up? So definitely, the more I got into fashion, you know, the sneakers, that goes hand in hand.
Facts, big facts, for real. So, do you remember your first good pair of sneakers? Like, if you need some time to think, I think I got a quick story. But like, do you remember your first good pair of sneakers?
My first good pair of sneakers. I'm gonna let you tell you the story first.
So like, I like what you said, like baby sneakerhead. I'm not really a baby sneakerhead. I've been into sneakers for a while. Like, you know, I've been into sneakers for like since we were like in high school. Like, it's just something that's been a part of me because I play sports and stuff too. But like, it's always been a part of me. But like, one of my first good pair of sneakers, we were in high school, but I mean, I had like the Cardinal 7s early, the Aqua 8s, but like I remember in high school, you remember like the Gamma Wave was super big. Yeah. So like one of my first good pair of sneakers were the Gamma 12s. Oh, okay. Crazy, and I still have those joints now.
Oh, that's lit. That's lit. I feel like my first good pair of sneakers were definitely like SBs. Like Ooh. I feel like with women, like we just love dunks.
No, for sure.
So like once I unlocked that like SB
do you remember what colorway was it?
Yeah, it was the De La Souls.
Oh, bro, this girl got. She told me I'm a baby sneaker. What? Okay. You a baby sneakerhead with heat like that, bro? You crazy?
No, for real, because I love earth tones like the brown, the green.
Oh, please say that. Please
okay, I'm gonna save that. I'm gonna save it.
She dropping gems, but we're gonna come back to those earth tones because earth tones are super important. But we're gonna come back to that. So, but now, so like, what does your personal sneaker rotation look like right now? Like, what are you wearing like on a daily basis? What is on a daily?
Like? I'm wearing 4s, like Jordan 4s. I'd be like, God love. Come on now. I actually had the Lightnings for a while, but then everybody started to get in them. So then I switched to the Thunders. Got them. Do it.
She dropping gems.
So yeah, I've been rocking the Thunders. What else have I been rocking? Yeezys, lots of Yeezys.
Which Yeezys?
700s, and then I have the desert boots too, but I literally call them the nail breakers because like every time I put that desert boot on, I break a nail. Like it's Lord. Like my mom is like, "Oh, you putting on the nail breakers today?" I'm like, "Yes, pray for me."
Yeah.
Pray for me.
I have those ones too. That's definitely a good fall winter shoe for sure.
Yes.
Definitely a good fall winter shoe for sure. Let me ask you this, because I said this before on the podcast, and this is just my personal opinion. I feel like that's the number one pro Yeezy has over like Jordan right now, because the shoe is just mad comfortable. Do you agree?
I think Yeezys are definitely comfortable.
It's like walking on clouds. Like those ones super comfortable.
Yeah, I mean, it's hard to compare the two. I feel like they're in their own different league.
For sure. And
I think with like fashion and the way fashion is going, everybody's heading towards that Yeezy aesthetic. So why wouldn't you have the shoes to match?
No, that's fact. So what's your favorite Yeezy? You got the 700s, the 350s, the Yeezy Slides, the Wave Runners, the 450. You got so many. Yeah. So what's your favorite?
I'm definitely rocking with the 700s. Like I have like the medical blue, like the all blue.
Yeah, I saw them on your page. Those ones too.
Every time like I wear them, like mad compliments. Like those what I'm rocking with right now.
I feel you. Now what about, because I gotta ask, because you're a woman, like, so what about like sandals or heels? Or like, do you mess with like sandals and heels a lot, or do you care about like a specific brand when it comes to like sandals and heels, or you just whatever looks good?
I mean, my first pair of like real sandals, I feel like every girl is kind of like that Tory Burch flip flop, Sweetie, 10 white toes, Tory flip flops.
She said 10 white toes.
Come on, it's summertime. Like, what you doing?
No, what you doing?
But heels, honey, I feel like, that's a rich girl sport. I mean,
I like that. Rich girl sport.
Sneakers is hard too. Yeah. And but definitely I want to step my heel game up. That's kind of like the next phase. But I'm cool where I'm at with my sneakers. Like, I definitely mess with it.
I feel you on that. Now what about like, now I got into this part late. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm not really a huge fan of like high fashion, high brand sneakers, but I do own a few. I got the Rick Owens. Me and Kendra talked about this, but I have the Rick Owens with they look like boots. When we done, I can show them to you. Like, they don't have the laces. Everybody got the ones with the laces. So like, what are your personal thoughts? And I told one of the bros, I'm like, bro, the pair of Ricks, bro, that's it. I'm done. Like, I don't really mess with the high fashion sneakers. So what are your personal thoughts?
I'm with you on that. Like, I don't have a pair of Ricks, but I definitely be on Grail, like, scrolling, y'all. Like, scrolling for these Ricks. It's just because I like the Geo baskets. Like, I'm not really a huge fan of the Ramones. Like, it's giving me too much Converse. You feel me?
I feel you, and not to cut you off, but especially us being in the A, man, those joints are like Shaqs now. Everybody have them. It's like, bro, like, so I mean, it was kind of dope at first, but like when everyone started wearing them, it's like, what are we really doing,
And if I'm paying upwards of $700 on a shoe, honey, you gonna know exactly what it is. As soon as my like pinky toe like hop out, you gonna be like, oh yeah, that's it. So you know what I mean? I can't pay a bunch of money for something that, of course I like the ingenuity of the shoe and the material used. I feel like it's a very sturdy shoe, but I definitely want to do Geo baskets. I want to do like, the one with the like reptile skin,
She dropping gems. She definitely dropping gems. I agree with you for sure. Like, high fashion sneakers, definitely not my wave. That's not really.
I have a question for you.
What's up?
So you asked like heels or sneakers, but like as a man, I want to know, like, do you kind of go like one way or the other? Like maybe you're about to like approach a girl and stuff. Does it make a difference whether she has sneakers or heels on? Does it matter what type of sneaker? Like, how do you feel about that?
Yo, that's actually a great question. If I'm being 100% honest with you, let me make sure I understand. You saying like if I'm approaching a woman and what she has on, not what I have on, correct?
Yeah, what she has on, like her feet.
You know, to be 100% honest with you, I like a woman who could do both.
Okay.
I mean, it really just depends on like where I am. For example, like if I'm at the mall, 9 times out of 10, you know, people go to the mall, wear stuff like what we have on. You know, some people, you know, whatever, be on like the super high price, high fashion type stuff. But, you know, people wear stuff like this. So if I'm at the mall, you know, I look down at the shorty feet, like, okay, cool, you know, whatever. But like if I'm at like a function, like a black tie event, you know, obviously like that'd be different. So it just really kind of depends. But
is there like one sneaker you'd be like, nah, bro? Like if she got on black Air Force Ones, like are you fooling with her?
Bro, I'm not. I'm standing away from dudes with black forces. So if a shorty got on black forces, I feel like she about to set me up. Like I'm straight. Like
I actually tried to buy a pair. This was years ago, but I actually tried to buy a pair of black Air Force Ones. My friends were like, "Girl, put them janitor shoes down.
That's a dub.
Put them janitor shoes down."
No, for real, that's a dub. But no, I really just depend on. I just feel like it depends on the vibe. You know what I'm saying? Like, but I do love a woman in sneakers though, for sure. Like, you know, not knocking women who don't wear sneakers. I know that's not everyone's vibe, but you know, just being versatile, man. Like, you know, like the Tiana Taylors, the Lady Mays, like just women who just able to like tap into different elements of themselves, just like women, like y'all like a man to have different elements to itself. So you know, like I don't want to see my girl, my shorty in heels, you know, 24/7. Like, you know, like be versatile, especially like me, like, you know, because if I'm into sneakers and I'm all for it, like fellas, like I'm all for it. Like if I'm in, you know, I'm solo dolo now, but like if I'm with,
y'all heard that?
like if I'm with somebody, like my shorty gonna be laced. Like if I'm like she gonna be laced. So I say all that to say like if I'm out or whatever, like and I got some heat on my feet and you not, you know what I'm saying? Like it doesn't, you know, it sounds cliche, but like match my fly, you know?
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? So yeah, that was a super dope question. But it's a lot of controversy going on with this right now. But I gotta ask you, have you StockX GOAT sneakers out? First, we're gonna talk about StockX. Like, how do you feel about what's all going on with them right now?
Well, I honestly have no comment because I ain't never bought a thing off StockX.
Oh, so you really good. You really good.
But yeah, I mean, I have a StockX account because, you know, I like to keep track of how much my shoes are worth, you know, how much the collection is, you know, if I ever need to cash out. But yeah, StockX can miss me with those prices.
No, I feel you on that. And I'm going to say this too. I said it before on the podcast, so I ain't going to be the dead horse, but I'm glad you don't mess with StockX, bro. I ordered the Fire Red 4s when they first came out from StockX. That's when like the pandemic was still going on, so I'm at home bored. Them joints took 4 weeks to get to my house. No deal. And I don't know if you know now, but like, you know, all this controversy about the fakes and stuff. Like, bro, if you busting my head if a shoe is $500 and
exactly,
you know what I'm saying. And I'm not gonna lie to you, I really been up on that wave for a minute because I had a friend who lived up north, and I think like StockX is like somewhere up there. It's like it's somewhere up there. I forgot where it is. He was telling me like, "Yo, bro, like this was like a year ago. He like sent me a post or something on Instagram and said like something, and I kind of like started doing my research. Like, yo, this might be crazy. And now they said like Nike bought like some shoes from them, and it was like fake. So that's tough. StockX, y'all tripping. What about like GOAT or like sneakers app? Do you mess around with them or not?
Okay,
really?
So I do have a sneaker app story.
Okay, get into it, please.
Yeah, the shattered blackboards.
Yeah.
So it was my birthday. This was a couple years ago. I actually hit on those. But as I'm checking out, y'all, I was a few dollars off. And I'm trying to like type it in and like get it together, and I missed it, y'all.
Oh, that's crazy.
So that's
tough.
Never went on sneaker shops again. You can believe it. I was hurt.
That's tough. No, I feel you. Like the sneakers out, man. You got Kendra. She talked about this too. Like she hit on some heat on the sneakers out.
Yeah, she said the Off-Whites.
Yes, like and she said this so casual. I'm like, Kendra, girl, bye. But
Kendra, we love you.
No, for real, we do. But I said that to say like I only hit once on the sneaker app. I only got like the pine green 3s that came out like a while back. But like it's like. Apparently, like it's like this, because I don't know if you've been on the sneakers app recently, but now it looks like Instagram. It has like stories and feeds and all type of stuff now. So, one of my friends was like, you know, if you want to hit on that joint, like you got a real deal, like you know, like play around on there a little bit, but like
be active.
Be active. Yep. For sure.
Yeah. I mean, the biggest thing I recommend if you're trying to get into the sneaker community, meet people, go to SneakerCon, go to Sneaker Exit.
Facts.
You know, get you a good connect, honey. Nike don't know your name. They just know how many clicks you got. So.
Right. Hey, she dropping gems, man. Y'all better listen to her for real. Now, you kind of got to it before I got there. So what do you feel about sneaker plugs in general? And second, because you used to work at a super dope resale store here in the city. So how do you feel about like resale stores and like sneaker plugs in general? And how much are you willing to pay for a sneaker?
You know, I treat my sneaker plugs like how I treat my regular plugs. Whoever got the best price is gonna get my dollars. So, okay, that's all that is, honey. It ain't nothing personal.
I feel you.
But you know, with your plug, sometimes your plug don't be coming on time or he got excuses. It's whoever's there and whoever got what I need. That's just that simple. How much I would spend on a shoe, honestly, I'm going to say the sky's the limit. You know, I don't really hold myself to boundaries when it comes to price. You know, see it like it, buy it.
No, I feel, see, that's why I mess with you, man. You similar to me, like, you know what I'm saying? I'm not, I really feel like, you know, I'm not going to pay like, you know, like Dior ones. I'm not about to pay 10 bands for a pair of shoes, but like.
Unless somebody else is buying it, y'all.
Oh, you know, if you want to buy them joints, you know what I'm saying, you can definitely do that. But no, I don't even want to tell you how much I spent on a pair of shoes before. But like similar to what you said, like I'm a buy, bro. I feel like similar to what you said, because the world we live in now, bro, like you have to, because you can't go into Foot Locker or Finish Line or anywhere and get these shoes.
Yeah, get what you want.
So like, bro, my biggest thing is, bro, I hate when people be like, bro, what, $350 for? Where you gonna get it from?
You know, funny story. Actually, my ex and I, we shared a Grailed account.
Okay.
So we still share our Grailed account. We're still good friends. And I always see him trying to like hassle the people about the sneakers on the Grailed account, and I'm like, boy, if you don't buy these shoes,
no, for real. Like, I just feel like, you know, no knocking nobody though. I just feel like, bro, like just buy it, bro. Like, you know, just like, because you can't get it from anywhere now. So it's just like. And, you know, and now that's just the world we live in, man. This whole resale market. Yeah. I'm not telling you to, you know, spend your last dollar. Like, you know, if your phone bill due, you know, obviously pay your phone bill.
And I would say something I got put onto is the trading. Like, I feel like that's major key right there. Like, you know, I only have a certain amount of shoes, but each one of my shoes is hitters. You feel me? Like, I could
bangers.
Yeah, literally, I could go take a shoe and swap it and get another hitter. You know what I mean? So really, once you have that kind of like fallback stash of the clothes that you like, you can always level them up, mix them around, and things like that. So I would definitely say, you know, get what you like. If it's there and it's available, get it, because it might not be there when you get back.
Gems.
But, you know, once you got it, honey, you can always level it up for something else.
No, that's definitely facts. Before we transition here, Imani, you know, just drop a gem about, like, you know, sneaker culture as a whole, but just drop a personal gem about sneakers.
Man, personal gem about sneakers. Man, I would just say for me, like, it doesn't matter when you get into sneaker culture. Like, you know what I mean? It doesn't matter if you get into it today, if you was in it for 10 years. You know what I mean? I think for me personally, it's a part of all of who we are. It's a part of the culture, you know? So whether you start today or whether you've been in it, you know, there's that community there, and it's always going to be there for you. So whether you're into sneakers or you know someone who's into sneakers or you trying to get sneakers for your little bro, you know what I mean? It's a whole community of us out here. So please tap in, man. Tap in.
You want to be my co-host? Like, this, she fire, bro. Like, she dropping gems, dog. She dropping plenty of gems, man. Please tap into what this woman is saying, bro. She dropping gems. She got heat on her feet. Her Instagram is fire. She fire, bro. So please listen to her. All right, now we're about to transition. This is my favorite part of the show, man. I'm not gonna lie to you. Like, the sneakers and stuff is cool, but like, I like the wild figuring life out part. You know what I'm saying? Because it's kind of deeper than you know, sneakers and all that type stuff. So we're about to transition. All right, so you went to George Washington University. So like, get into that a little bit. Like, what was your major and like, how did you end up there? Like, was that your like dream school? Like, how did you end up there?
So I went to GW. It's in Washington D.C. My major was business. My minor was international relations. It was, I guess you could call it my dream school because it was the only school I applied to. I applied early decision, honey. Get them scholarship coins.
Facts.
And keep it moving.
For real.
So, yeah, that's the only school I applied to. I got in and I was on track. I knew I really wanted to go to school in D.C. Like, I just really loved the vibe. Something about it when I went to visit, it just spoke to me. And it was like, I need to be here. I need to experience this. So, Yeah, I really enjoyed GW.
That's super dope. So like, what made you choose like a business major? I know that field is so broad. You can do so much. You can do so much with it. So like, what made you like choose that major specifically?
Exactly that reason. It was so broad, and I could do anything with it. I actually started out as a international relations major. I thought I was going to be an ambassador, but then Trump got into presidency, and I said,
goofy.
We got to cut them government ties, honey. We got to cut them government ties.
Goofball.
So I definitely switched to business because I felt like I could go anywhere with this and always have this to fall back on. And, I just felt like, I could go through many avenues with this one degree. So that's why I chose it.
That's super hard. And like you said, man, first of all, I want to applaud you for going to school and finish because, as black people, and it's black men specifically, but black women as well, brown people as well, like we're not supposed to go to college. And the fact that you went to college and finished, that's super dope. Yeah. We love everybody though. We know college isn't for everybody. This is 2022. You literally can get money any type of way legally, hopefully. But that's super hard, man. I feel like anyone who went to college, male or female, I feel like we kind of in our own like world, if that makes sense. You know what I'm saying? So what were some of your personal like do's and don'ts in college? Like what was some stuff that you may have learned that you saw some other people do like, ooh, I saw so-and-so go through that. I don't want to do that. Or you got to your junior year and you was like, oh, I had to do this in order to get where I am,
Yeah. I will say I personally didn't have any don'ts in college, honey. I'm going to do everything. Okay. One thing that I encourage a lot of people to do is study abroad. That's something I did my junior year.
It's hard. Talk about that. Like where did you have the opportunity to study abroad?
Yeah, I was in Portugal. Honey, yes, Portugal. Portugal, honey. I was in Lisbon, which is like the capital. I went to business school there, and the great thing about it is they had just built a whole new business school in Portugal. It was right on the beach. It was beautiful.
Oh, she living life. She
a lavish life. Like them 3 months, honey, I did not want to get back on the plane. Like I swear, like once I went back to school, I was like, no.
This is not the move.
This is not. Why did I come back here? But no, studying abroad was great. Like you just meet people and being able to be in a different atmosphere for a good chunk of time. I always say that like there are different parts of yourself all around the world. So you got to travel to find those parts of yourself. So that was a great opportunity for me. I love the sunshine. I love the beach.
Sun's out, buns out.
Yeah, always. They had great food, great culture, friendly people. And the great thing about going abroad and living somewhere else is we get so used to this American mentality.
I'm so glad you said that. I'm so glad you said that. And it's
a big thing. Even something like sneaker culture. Like, of course, they have a few streetwear shops in Lisbon who I was able to connect with, and they were so great. But, they're not selling the stuff that we sell. Right. It's very modest. Maybe, like, Stussy or, brands of that nature. They're not coming in with the off-white and all of that high-end stuff that we're used to here in America. It's still very kind of demure, like, you know what I mean? So I think it was great because it's like you really see the beginning of someone else's streetwear community and where they're starting from and how they're marketing. So that was really, really great for me.
That's hard. And like she said, man, like regardless if it's study abroad, taking advantage of all the resources on the college campus, this sounds so cliche. But yeah, I promise you, this is not scripted. I did not tell this woman to say any of the things she's saying. Like, when you're in college, I don't care if it's a big school, small school, white school, black school, orange school, brown school, interstate school, outer states. Bro, you have to take advantage of literally everything that school offers. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like, my personal thoughts, I feel like it's extremely difficult to succeed in college if you just like, just going to school like, no, bro, like and another thing, one thing I like about college, like college, it's literally people from all over the globe, like versus, like your high school, maybe like people in your surrounding area. You literally going to school with people from all over the world. Why wouldn't you network and talk to people? And you never know who you will need after college. You know what I'm saying?
Sure. I would say another thing too is don't get too caught up in like the institution of it all. Like I have a lot of friends who came out of college and they were like, why am I so obsessed with being like Black Student Union president? Like, you know what I mean? And not to say that isn't a great position or isn't an active role in the community, but think about yourself, think about your intentions. I think a lot of times people come into school and come into college with intentions and they kind of let their surroundings deteriorate that. So when you come into school, if you got intentions, I'm going to learn the guitar. I'm going to take a music class. prioritize that. Don't let clubs or, friendships distract you for what you're there for, to better yourself, to pick up new skills, to network with people like you're saying.
This girl's dropping gems, man. That's true, man. Like, college is so...
Yeah, it's only 4 years, y'all.
No, for real. Well, for me, it took a little longer, but you know what I'm saying? for real. But I will say this, into addition to what I just said. Also, too, I mean, obviously, you don't want to be like 30 in, freshman English 101, you know what I'm saying? But I will say this, like, college is a marathon, not a race, because in college, it's a lot of highs and lows. You may, God forbid, fail a class. You might have to sit out a semester. You know what I'm saying? Like, and look at this, look at her now, you know what I'm saying? It took me 4.5, 5 years to graduate, and I'm in the master's program now. Right. So don't get in that joint like, oh my God, I have to finish in 4 years. I mean, obviously, if you can finish in 4 years, do that. But I'm not gonna lie to you, Imani, I don't know anyone who went to college and who didn't go through something, some type of like failed the course, or they started dating someone and that person got in their head, or they had to sit out they had to sit out a semester. Like, college, bro, it's so much that's gonna go into college. Absolutely. You know what I'm saying? So like, don't just be like, try to put your blinders on, just think like, oh, I'm gonna do this. No, because something's gonna happen to you in college. It's just how life works, man. You're gonna hit some bump in the road in college.
It's definitely a time of growth. Like,
for real.
If anything, you're being tested to show yourself who you really are. That's it. It ain't nothing you can't handle, and it ain't nothing you'll not see again. Because I promise you, life after college, it ain't no easier. So
it's not.
The minor struggles, any struggle I was dealing with in college is like crumb cakes. Literally to what I'm dealing with now.
That's facts.
So it's just all a test, and like you said, keep your mental right, and
definitely keep that mental health together.
Exactly. And I know so many colleges that offer like therapy and guidance and all of that. Please take advantage of that. Like, I miss my therapist in college. Girl, we used to have the biggest Kiki, like the biggest. I miss her. And as soon as I left GW, she was like, "Girl, I love you, but so definitely take advantage of the resources, And if you don't see that in your community, please make a way for it. Please advocate for it. Those things are super important.
That's definitely facts. Now let's talk about your sorority. Like, what made you pick that specific sorority, and like,
is there any other sorority to pick? Is there any other sorority to pick? Well, I'm a part of the first and the finest, Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority Incorporated. I crossed over in spring 2018. Okay. I'm the Devious Deuce, honey. So number 2 on the line. I crossed during my sophomore year. It was a great experience. My mom is an AKA, so especially growing up in the South, anybody who grows up in the South already knows what's good. Like, already know. So that was a big thing for me, actually looking into colleges. Like, I was asking, like, do you have Divine Nine sororities and fraternities? Like, do you? You know what I mean? What they look like. What their community service look like,
That's facts.
And it's all privy. It's all of what you want out of your college experience. And I knew for me, that's something I had to have. It was a non-negotiable.
I feel you, yo. You got any of your alliances, you know what I'm saying? Tap in with me.
Okay, they all baddies, honey. They all baddies.
I'm single. I don't got kids. My credit's straight. I got my own car. No, I'm just playing. But
so you love the K's?
We're not gonna talk about that. We're not gonna talk about that. I definitely dated a few women from different sororities.
Different.
For sure. So, I will say it's definitely dating a woman in a sorority is definitely I would say it's a privilege. I'm not in a sorority. I mean a fraternity, but don't get it twisted. I'm still him. Like, don't play with me.
Facts. Okay.
For real. But I definitely dated. Excuse me. I definitely dated some women in sororities. It's a privilege for sure. It's definitely a privilege. I just leave it there. It's a privilege.
Periods.
Now let's talk about dating in college. Like, this is because I know we had when I say we just I'm talking like for myself, not like her and I, but like we had some like, I know me and the bros, we talk about some of this stuff now, like, like, yo, you remember X, Y, and Z? Like, bro, why did I do that though, bro? You remember this situation? Like, some crazy stuff happened. Some people find their sweethearts and blah, blah, blah in college. For sure. But, like, what are your personal thoughts? Well, I'm going to tell you mine first. I'm going to keep the buck with you.
Keep it.
I don't feel like when you're dating, like, first of all, like, if you, like, just say if you go off to school and you meet somebody at your school, cool. Like, if you, just say you and I were dating, you go to George Washington and I went to X school. Oh, okay. I'm not about to hold you hostage. And you.
But that was the real tea freshman year. Like, Shawty was hiding boyfriend
No,
like
for real.
the guys was hiding the girlfriend.
That's facts.
But that first break, she pop up.
No,
like,
for
yo,
real,
where she come from?
That's facts. But like, I just feel like that freshman year, bro, like just because I mean, my pop. That's how my pops told me, like coming up, just like, bro, because I had already determined I was going to college, so I'm like, bro, I'm not about to. I mean, I ain't gonna lie to you. I tried it for a while. I'm like, bro, like I'm here, you there, like, bro, this is not.
Yeah,
gonna work, bro.
I feel you. I'm not a fan of the long distance relationships, and I don't really have any gems for this because I didn't date in college. Ooh. Like, I just kept everybody at a distance, honey. Like,
and there's nothing wrong with it. It's definitely nothing wrong with it.
And I had my fun. Like, it wasn't, I wasn't a nun or anything, but
said a nun.
None of them was really giving relationship, if you know what I mean. But what I will say is the real tea is I thought I would leave college and it would get better.
Ooh, child. Do not get me started. Dating is so ghetto now, bro. Dating is ghetto, bro. I got so many stories. We could literally be since moving to Atlanta, this episode will be until tomorrow. Like I got so many stories, but dating is so ghetto. So let me ask you this: why do you think it's such a challenge to? Because I mean, you obviously lived in different places. I lived in different places as well. Mm-hmm. So do you feel like it's just a challenge in Atlanta, or just in general our age group? Because we're around the same age, so our age group is just challenged.
I think it's our age group. I think we're romantically challenged, and it's okay. I think a lot of times in our generation, because we see everything and everything's on social media, we think we already know the game plan, or we think we already know like how to get a girl. But I think the problem really is y'all men, because
that's definitely us.
Y'all be thinking y'all the prize, and I don't know when that switchover happens. But I'm gonna tell you this, y'all. I'm gonna tell the guys out there this. Please drop a gem, because y'all. It's a lot of goofy activity going on with the fellas, but I'm gonna let her do it, because I don't want y'all to be like, he buys, he know. I'm gonna let y'all hear from a woman's mouth, please. Please stop hassling the girls. Like, I have so many men like come up to me like mid doing something. Like, I'll be walking to my car or something like that, and they just like appear out of nowhere, like Casper the Friendly Ghost. Just that's poof. Goofy. That's goofy. And you hand me your card with your Instagram on it. Are you like, follow me? Like, sir, you didn't even ask me how my day was. Like, I don't know. Like, I'm the type of person, like, I like to have space in between, like, our interactions. You feel me? I don't want everything at once. I don't want to know you're into me on the first interaction, because it's kind of like, now it's like, oh, I know he like me. But, that's just me personally. I feel like I like more kind of that just casual encounter. Like, like kind of leave me hanging. Like, dang, why didn't he ask for my number? And I'm not saying mind games. You gotta be stiff. That's a gym. Yeah, I'm not saying play mind games. I'm not saying that by any means. But I'm saying let a girl have the time and space to determine how she feels about you before you intrude on her about how you feel about her. That's facts, man. And I'm gonna chime in here, bro. Like, fellas, which I have to realize, bro, like, a good woman, I don't know about like a city girl woman. Nothing against the city girls, but like a good woman, like, you would know if she's interested in you. Like, you're not going to have to second guess, bro. You're going to know, bro. Like, you're not going to have to be like, bro, do shorty really? You going to know. So like she said, bro, like, stop trying to, y'all don't be shooting shots. Y'all be, I don't know what y'all be doing, bro. Like, bowling. I'm talking about like, bro, just like give it some, like she said, just like obviously be a man, like be cool, but like show your interest and like kind of leave it up to her. Like you said, like, I mean, all women are different, but like, don't be like, like don't overwhelm her. Like, bro, I'm not gonna lie to you, bro. That's corny. Coming up to a woman by herself, coming up to a woman in her, like as she's getting into her car. Now, what if she had the Glock and just popped you? Like, bro, you can't. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can't just approach people like that anyway. But like, bro, like just like give it some space. Like, that's not really a professional way to. I feel like a good way to approach a woman. And I'm gonna also give you a gem, honey. I'm gonna give you a gem because sure, I worked at a sneaker store. Definitely. I had a lot of men approach me in the store. Don't hit on nobody at their job if you ain't buy nothing from the store. Duh, like, come on now. But, and don't hit on nobody while you working and you ain't giving them a little something like, don't let me be on a Chipotle line and you put your number on a receipt, but you didn't give me 20% off Chipotle. No, that's facts. Now I'm mad. That's facts. Now I'm throwing the receipt away. That's big facts, man. Like, that's big facts. Like, bro, do you want her number? But you could even, like you said, you couldn't even go her. First of all, I mean, I'm just gonna give you the meal for free. Chipotle is a multi-billion, probably $1 billion company. They're not gonna miss no $8 burrito. Okay. You know what I'm saying? Like,
So like she said, bro, you gonna shoot your shot, but you can't even give shorty a 20% off. Like, priorities, fellas, bro.
She just came in there for the Chipotle. No, you adding all this razzle dazzle, honey. She didn't ask for that. She didn't say a side of meat. She said a side of guac. Okay?
No, definitely for sure. So she dropping gems, man. Like, fellas, I mean, I feel like, it's on both ends for males and females, but I do feel like males we're a little further, bro.
So what do you feel like the problems with the females are?
I'm not gonna lie to you.
The women, I'm sorry.
Yeah. The women, I feel like, if I'm being 100% honest with you, I feel like, and I had this conversation a few days ago, which is crazy, but I'm not trying to paint this picture like I'm the perfect guy, but I'm really him though. Like, I'm not gonna hold you. Like, I'm really him. Like,
you heard it here first, y'all.
I'm really him. Like, you can ask any woman who ever dated me, bro. I promise they be like, oh yeah, E-Rounds, he's solid. But anyway, I just feel like I know how to treat women. I know you're like, bro, everybody say that, but I started to say, like, I feel like with men, it's harder for us. Like, if I'm talking to this girl and she experienced 3 bad guys before she got to me, it's gonna be this huge wall up, and I gotta work 10 times harder to show her I'm really real and I'm really him. Because you know what I'm saying? Which I'm not taking anything away from what she's been through and so, but I just feel like I gotta work so much harder to be like, yo, shorty, I'm not trying to clap you after 2 days. Or like, I really just want to take you out, like, or you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm really like, I'm not trying to Netflix and chill you after 2 days, you know?
So you feel like a lot of women have trauma?
Yeah, for sure. I feel like a lot of women have, like, men too, but I feel like a lot of women have trauma from like past experiences. And man, like some women, I heard some, I would never put about the business out, but like, I've heard some crazy stories. I'm like, bro, if that was my sister and he did that to her, I would be in jail. Cause like, bro, like some stuff that men do and say to women are crazy, but like that's what I feel like. I'm not gonna sit here and try to like I'm bash women because I love women. I grew up around my mom, so I have like the utmost respect for women in general. But I feel like that's the number one thing,
Yeah. I mean, I definitely see it. I feel like women, especially like dating in Atlanta, dating in the community that we're in, you don't really know people's intentions, and I'm the type of person I always give people the benefit of the doubt. Even if I'm not feeling you right up front, I'm like, okay, let me give him some time, let him run, whatever he's running, because there's something to love about everybody. I truly believe that. So I think sometimes it's hard when you give people the benefit of the doubt and you still feel like they got the best of you.
No, that's facts. Let's talk about this real quick before we transition. How do you feel about like sliding in the DMs and like, cause we do it too, but cause I know I hear women say like, cause I say it for me, like I'm recently, since starting the podcast, I'm getting back active on Instagram. Cause I've never been that type of person. Like, bro, like when you see me in person, I'm like, oh yeah, that's E-Rounds. But like Instagram, I never really just been there because I've been a person like, I want to be him in real life, not Instagram. Period. So like, my question is to you, like, two-part question. How do you feel about like DMs, like guys sliding in your DMs?
Right.
Like, will you respond? And like, how do you, like, if you go on the guy's profile page, like, what's a like red flag?
Okay, sliding in the DMs, here's how I feel about it. I would rather you slide in my DM right off front, like right after you follow me, and be like, hey, you're cute, da-da-da, let's go out, rather than you like every story I ever post for 3 months, y'all. That's annoying because I see it, you see it, but nobody's doing anything about it. Like, if you're going to slide in the DMs, just go all out so I can say my yes or no and we can move on with our lives.
That's gems. I like that.
But, like, don't just, like, you can still like things, I'm not saying that, but I have a person who likes every story I post. Like, I could post a picture of my bunions. I'm sure he would like it. Like, you know what I mean?
That's goofy, dog. Whoever you are, that's goofy. I'm not gonna hold you. That's goofy, bro.
But I mean,
that's goofy.
With that being said, I don't know. I never really imagined dating someone who slid in my DMs. I'm not opposed to it, but it's all about what you say and all about just how you say it, really. Like, I can't teach game, man. You either have it or you don't.
Oh, that's facts for sure.
What was the second part to the question?
You go on the guy's page.
What's a red flag?
Like what's like guns in the pictures, drugs, or like
babies.
Like don't
babies.
She said babies.
Like,
no, that's a.
I'm happy one. Kiki turned 2, but it ain't me.
Nah, I feel you. She said she's not trying to be stepmama.
Hospital. I don't know. There must be a war going on out here. Y'all love these hospital pics. Like, I don't know what it is.
Hospital pics.
like just recovered from the gunshot wound. Like,
Oh yeah, right.
It's
right.
dead, bro.
Right. No, baby, you gotta go.
You gotta go. What else is a red flag, man? If you don't got no swag, I mean,
oh yeah, because you in the street, yo. If you gonna slide in her DM, bro, well, any woman in general, I just feel. I mean, I know.
Wait, what you was gonna say about me?
No, I'm just saying, like, I feel like as a guy, if you gonna slide in this woman's DM, bro, you gotta be, bro. You can't be wearing. I ain't gonna name no brands, but like, you can't, bro. Just be up into. Make sure your page is aesthetically pleasing. I just leave it there. I mean, aesthetically pleasing.
Be genuine. You know be genuine. Be genuine. I want it to be you, but at the same time, like if your pictures look like they from 2012, then I'm gonna leave you in 2012. Okay.
I feel you. Shelby, watch this. I'm gonna use it. If a guy slid in your DM with this line, tell me what it worked. Cause I'm 10 for 10 on this joint. I'm really giving y'all a free game. I'm giving y'all a free game. So if someone slid in your DMs and said, just start following each other, like you said, right? He doing everything you doing. He just start following each other.
Right.
And he said, absolutely love your style and aesthetic with the butterfly emoji and the heart emoji. What would you say?
I had someone DM me like that today. They were like, I just love like your style, your page. I'm always here for a good collab, honey.
See, hey, I'm telling you this, that's really a quick way to kind of in there. You know what I'm saying? The hard eyes.
That don't mean, but you know,
that don't mean like mop. No, I'm like, cause I'm telling you, I'm really, I'm giving y'all what I say. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But
I mean, definitely appeal to a woman's talents. Like,
for sure. Make it about her when you slide in her DMs. I'm telling you, fellas, I just leave it there.
For sure.
If you make it about her, like in her bio, if she said, I ain't gonna lie to you, sometimes you gotta lie a little bit, bro. In her bio, if she said, streetwear designer in New York, you could DM her and be like, oh my God, I was just in New York and I went to this streetwear event, whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like, spark some little conversation.
No, I think what he's trying to say is make it relevant, honey. Don't be irrelevant because you're not going to get response.
Make it relevant.
Make it relevant,
definitely make it relevant. That was a super dope segment for sure. But now let's transition to you and your brand, man, because I love it. So, yeah, definitely get into your brand. So, like the name, where did it come from? And all of that first. We'll kind of start from there.
Yeah, so my name for my brand is MossBoss. My last name is Moss. I'm Imani Moss. Boss just goes with it. Like, my dad used to write these little rhymes for me, so he'd be like, Moss Boss, so flossy, so bossy. So, you know, like, I just love it. And so I just kind of, like, took it from there. I've been working on my brand since, like, last November, really. I just did a new job that's, like, all embroidery. That's what I'm super into now. My brand is really about, like, upcycling. Like, I have a really big thing about, you know, there are so many pieces of clothes and garments that already exist on Earth. And I love designers who can make things from scratch and put things together. I think that's amazing. But I always say, like, I'm not the best inventor, but I'm a great reinventor, okay? So that's really what my brand is. I'm just reinventing stuff that's already here, you know, putting my mark on it. And so that's really what my brand's about. Like this hoodie I'm wearing right now, this is one of my pieces.
That's hard.
Thank you. So, yeah, I'm going to be coming out with caps soon, but I did tank tops. Like I said, I'm working with denim. That's a material I really love. Like, I've just loved denim ever since I was a kid. You know, good pair of Levi's, good pair, you know, of LL Bean. Like, just good, thick denim.
That's super hard, man. Support black businesses for sure, but like, get into like, so like, are you just solo dolo with it, or do you have like a creative director or somebody who helps you, or like what? Talk about that.
I mean, I'm pretty much solo right now. I actually did my first shoot like for my brand at the beginning of May, and this was my first time ever creative directing a shoot. Like, I got a photographer, I got the models, I had someone kind of like PA helping me, but I was just placing everything, and it was just really, really great for me. Like, that's where I want to be. Like, oftentimes I'm either in front of the camera, you know, putting on somebody else's stuff, and I love that, but really having the capability to put direction on my own wardrobe and on my own products, that's really where my heart is. I know you mentioned too, like working with other people and like celebrities and things of that nature. Like, I would really love to see like celebrities or like Coyle Ray. That's one person I really want to work with.
Ray
hard. I feel like she got. And my brand, I wouldn't necessarily categorize it as a luxury brand. I think my brand is really for the girls, like the girls.
Nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, and I think I'm really trying to captivating the youth, and I feel like she does a great job of that. She's fun, she's bubbly, you know, she doesn't stick to like the basic luxury brands. You see all other...
You do, for real. You do Coyle Ray, yeah, for sure.
Yeah, all the other influencers wearing, like, she's not afraid to be fun and flirty and kind of play on that 90s and, you know, play on that, you know, stuff we grew up with. So I think that's great. I'd love to work with her.
Yeah, that's dope. So what about, you know, like outside of your brand and the different things you have going on, like what are some of your favorite brands to wear?
Woo! I mean, I have so many. I definitely think Yeezy is one of my favorite brands to wear. What else? I really am a huge fan of vintage. Like that's something I just
vintage is everything.
Yeah, that's
thrifting.
Like thrift con, vintage con. I be in there like swimwear, honey. That's something I've really been big into now. Like just thrifting and finding different little like one-off pieces. That really just makes my heart flutter because I'm like, I have this one like Britney Spears shirt that's from like 2003 and it's so vintage. And I know I'll never see another girl wearing it, honey. Like I just know I won't.
No, that's hard for sure.
Yeah, that's me.
Yeah, and kind of similar to what I said like early on in the episode, even for guys as well, like just being able to like mix it up is super dope. Like, you know, I'm a guy, so I'm gonna speak more for the guys for like, you know what I'm saying? Like, personally, kill the skinny jeans, guys. But like, you know, just
the flare is back.
Yes,
honey.
Baby, the flare jeans are definitely back. But like you said, just the flare jeans, the dad jeans, the straight leg jeans, just like just switching it up. Vintage t-shirts, man. Yeah. Just like I know everyone's style is different. Basically, what I'm saying is, man, just don't look like Lil Baby and Lil Durk. You know, just be you and your own self. You know what I'm saying? Like, wear what you wear. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, be different in your own way, you know?
Yeah, for sure. And I mean, for me, like, really, it's just stuff that speaks to me and speaks to my childhood and what I've experienced. Like, there's nothing better than seeing something that, like, you know, resembles you or that speaks to you on a t-shirt. Like, for me, like, I have this Pocahontas vintage sheet. That was, like, my favorite Disney.
That's hard.
Yeah, my favorite Disney princess growing up. And so then one of the stores I shop at, they got, like, another Pocahontas tee for me. And, like, that's just my favorite. Like, I mean, is everyone going to rock a Pocahontas tee? No. But, like, I know that's just me. That's just hard. Like, you know what I mean? Right. When people see it, like, they connect it. And I'm like, that's exactly what I wanted you to do.
Facts. For sure. We kind of talked about it earlier, but we have to talk about this.
Okay.
Nude earth tones. Like, please. You know, this how I knew it was real. I had a woman like a few months ago told me, like, yo, if you tap in with the earth tone, watch you. Yo, I did that. Bro, like, so talk about that. Yeah, like, talk about just like the earth tones and like the nude colorways and stuff.
Well, first of all, I'm an earth sign. Okay, shout out all my Tauruses, Taurus gang. So that's really where it comes from. Like, my favorite color is brown. Like, people don't understand that, but if you know, you know. Like, it's just one of those colors that can go with anything.
That's facts.
So like you said, that nude, that forest green, that chocolate brown, like, you really get into that. Like, and a lot of the times it's basics.
No, for
you know,
real.
so you layer that up with anything, and then you can add different colors. Like, I would say the second group of colors that I'm really into is pastels. So that's kind of like my second go-to when I'm creating an outfit. And especially because it's now summertime, that's kind of more, you know, vibrant, colorful, looks better aesthetically. But just getting back to earth tones, I just really feel like that's me. Like, you know, I love fashion, but I love the way I can represent myself through it. That's what makes me passionate about it. It's
literally, like you said, it's an expression. You know what I'm saying? Like, you definitely can express yourself through fashion. And let me ask you this. How do you feel about, I don't really see with it with and I'm not really trying to make this a guys girls type thing, but I mean it's just what I see. You know, I see it more so with guys, not some women. Like, y'all play with colors, which is dope. I love how women play with colors, but guys, sometimes we feel like I gotta match like my shirt has to match my belt and my socks have to match my hat. Like, how do you feel about just being too matchy? I feel like that's corny to me. I feel like being too matchy is like corny.
There definitely is a line. Like, everything has to play off of each other, and that's part of just knowing color theory and how colors look together. But yeah, ask your female friends. Like, ask your women friends. They'll tell you honestly.
Women friends would never lead you wrong, for real. I'm telling you, like she said, bro, like, real deal. Before you post them on Instagram, like, if you got a solid woman friend, like, run this by her, or just in general, if you at the mall, like,
run it by your mama.
For real.
She'll tell you what matching was done.
No, for real. Like, I'm telling you, fellas, we have to do a better job, man, by listening to women. They will literally tell you what they like and don't like, bro. So just do it, bro. I'm telling you, if you got a good solid woman, I'm not even talking about like a woman you're in a relationship with. It could just be whatever. Like, if she be like, yo, Like Shorty told me, like, bro, tap into earth tones. I'm not gonna lie to you, this was like 6-7 months ago. I was a little late on earth tone, but I'm telling you, she said like tap into earth tones, and I copped some earth tones up, and I remember like I posted on my story. This was like when like Instagram, you can just start like liking story. I swear to God, like plenty of people like liking my junk and like, oh my God, so I'm like, sure, let me find out. You know what you're talking about.
Listen to the women.
No, for real, definitely. I kind of know what you're gonna say, but like when you putting a fit together, do you start with like the shoes first, or do you start with the fit first, or vice versa? How does that go about?
My process has changed over time, honestly. Like I used to start with the fit, like like every girl, kind of start with the dress or the main piece that you want to put on or want to show off. But since getting into sneaker culture, it's really kind of opened me up to like finding the shoe first and then building the outfit off of that. I don't think you could go wrong either way of how you put it, but I definitely think if you have like that sneaker inventory and you're like, I want to wear this today, or you got a new pair of kicks and you're like, this is what I want to show off, then that's definitely the place to start. Especially if you wear sneakers all the time, then you have limited options on which sneakers you can go with. So it really starts, that is the base, and then you build up from there.
That's facts. I mess with that. Before we end this segment, excuse me, talk about like, just if you have any like personal inspirations in fashion. I mentioned it kind of earlier on the episode, but just like I love everything women are doing right now in fashion, like Lady May and Tana Taylor. I don't want to names out too many people because I don't really know a lot of people, and I know you probably know a lot more women in fashion. So like, what are your personal thoughts or your inspiration when it comes to like women in fashion?
Man, the women are killing it out here. Like, I really started my journey in fashion, like wanting to be a stylist. So that's where I really connected with a lot of the women I definitely think that women know how to put pieces together and present themselves in a way that's just fire and fabulous. Like a lot of these celebrities that you be seeing and you like what they wear, it's because a stylist curated that entire look. A stylist went out to a designer and told them, I need this. Even taking something like vintage Chanel and like cropping it and rearrange it to make it new and fresh or to fit the client that they have, that's all stylist work. So I think really like, I forgot the question, but find you a good stylist you a good alterations person, honey. I always tell people, this is the gem right here. Stop shopping by brand, start shopping by fit. Because I don't care if it's Balenciaga Off-White, if it look crazy on you. Make sure it fit and make sure it look right. As long as it fits well and it shapes your body well, it doesn't really matter particularly what it is. So I think that's something that's super important and something that women have really picked up on. I think men are a little late to it. But if it fits well, then it's always going to look nice, no matter what it is, no matter how much it costs. So that's important.
Well, she said that. I'm going to just leave it there. I have nothing else to say there. But I do have one ending segment before we get out of here. Kind of like 3 questions I have for you.
Okay.
I kind of just renamed the segment. I call it the Wait on Me segment. So it's 3 questions, just kind of off the top of the dome answers. I want you to kind of put together.
Okay, off top.
Yeah, off top. So the first question I got for you is, where do you see yourself or your brand in the next 10 years?
Man, so I really want, with my brand, I want to host a car show, y'all. So that's really what I want to do. You didn't see my car, but I drive a Volkswagen Beetle. So I want to do an all Beetle car show. Like I want to have old Beetles, new Beetles. I want to have my brand vend. I want to have musical performances. It's giving Woodstock, y'all. Like I'm a huge old soul. Like I'm a 70s girl. Like I love that the flare is coming back.
For sure.
I love to see men in tank tops, like little crop tops. All of that. So that's where I really see my brand going. Like we just have like an experience. Like it's not just about the clothes, it's about the experience.
Bet. Next question I have for you is, what are 3 things on your bucket list?
3 things on my bucket list. I mean, I definitely want to go to Iceland. That's something I want to do. I want to ride a bull, y'all. Like a real live angry bull.
Oh, I don't know about that one, but okay.
I'm ready, okay? I might need to get on the mechanical a few more times.
Real.
A few more times, get that hip work right. But when I get it right, I'm going to get on a bull and I'm going to show out. And the 3rd thing that's on my bucket list, I don't know. I always wanted like a big, like, I've been to festivals and music festivals before, but I really want that kind of like, I don't know, I just fall into like the unknown. Like I just have one of those like wild experiences that just kind of like leads me on a journey unforeseen before. Like I can't even tell you what it is because it'll be so unpredictable.
Oh wow, that's super dope. Last question I have for you is, what is your next cop? And you into sneakers, you know what that means.
Yeah.
Cop. But it can be new or old. So it doesn't have to be like a new release. It could be something that maybe came out a few years back that you missed out on. So what's your next cop?
I mean, it's that those Joe Fresh goods we were talking about earlier, or the Ricks. If I could find a little, somebody who trying to cut a deal. Definitely the Ricks. What else in terms of, clothes too. Honestly, there's this Hysteric Glamour jacket I've been eyeing, so maybe her.
Okay, gotcha.
Maybe her.
Before we get out of here, drop one final gem about anything you want to end us out with. Just drop a final gem or whatever.
I guess my final gem is just find your people, man. I think that's super important. There's a few people I want to shout out that have helped me with my brand, like Closed Minded Customs, people have really put me on game, man. You're going to meet so many people in this community, so many people in the city that you're in, and just really find the people who are willing to give you the knowledge to go further. You feel me? Just because you're in the space and around the people doesn't mean you're progressing. You know what I mean? So I definitely think it's important to find your people, find your mentors, find those people who are going to give you that business knowledge or that stylist knowledge or whatever knowledge you need to get where you're going. Make sure you find that. That's super important. You're going to meet a lot of people in this life. And that's kind of something that maybe when you go to high school and college, you don't necessarily feel. You get so used to the people around you after time. But this world is so big and you're going to meet so many people. Have a process or have a way to know who's really for you and for your growth and who's not. It's just that simple.
I really don't have much to say after that. This young lady dropped plenty gems, but I will say, before I forget, sorry. Plug in all your socials, where people can find you.
Yeah, so you can follow me on Instagram, moni.monet.moss. You can follow my brand, MossBoss.shop. So yeah, pretty simple, MossBoss, MossBoss.shop.
Yeah, that's super hard. Again, man, we love to have women on the show. This is why I do this, man, so y'all can see from the opposite side, man, because sometimes fellas, we're behind. We're behind the curve. So we have women.
That's why you need a woman to get you on speed, honey.
No, for real. That's definitely a fact. So another dope woman on the podcast. This was a dope episode. Sneaker Sanctuary while figuring life out, episode 17. We out this joint.
Sneaker Sanctuary. Walking off.